One of the kind of paradoxical things that we have to struggle with as law-abiding gun owners who practice and carry a firearm with us is this notion of gun-free zones. And there are, generally speaking, two types of gun-free zones that we have to worry about. Those that are under federal law and those that are under state law. So we have to be concerned with that. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they're separate and distinct. One of the questions that we get is, what about this notion that has to do with school zones and the federal notion of the Gun-Free School Zone Act? Well, as we know in Pennsylvania, that when it comes from kindergarten through 12, both private, parochial, and also public schools, the guns are forbidden. You can't have guns on the property. And that even means property that isn't used for instruction, like fields where softball is played or something like that, some sort of kids activity, football field, can't. It's just against the law in the state of Pennsylvania. But the question becomes, with the federal Gun-Free Zone Act, what happens if we drive just next to a school? Do we have to go around in order to make sure that we're not in violation of it? And the simple answer to that, and the practical answer to that, is in Pennsylvania, no. There isn't a single case that I am aware of that any police officer would look to cite you with it, and I don't know of a federal court that would, in the United States attorney, that would seek to indict you for doing that. And besides, the law is very simple. Look, if you're going through, you're going to be okay. If you stop in the drop off your kid, then you're going to have problems under state and potentially federal law. And that's why, for example, I have an 8-year-old daughter. I park across the street, far away, and then walk her over to the school if I want to, in order to make sure that I don't run afoul of the law. Because even if you go into the little circle to drop off your kid and you have your firearm on you, you are potentially under scrutiny if it's discovered for a state firearms charge, because you're not supposed to have your gun there, at least under the current reading of the law. That's the state of the law in Pennsylvania.